Welcome back to the Tarotcast for the 5th and final week of October. Now before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Share this with a friend, leave a comment, and for the first 400 people to hit that like button, they will be visited by the ladies from the Three of Cups for their next night out on the town. Watch out for the redhead, she's a wild one. Anyway, without further ado, let's do further and let's have a look at the collective energy. This week for the collective, we have the Nine of Swords. No, it's not the Nine of Swords. Eight of Swords. Now, this isn't necessarily good news for the collective because this is the second week in a row that we're getting the Eight of Swords. Now, we're meant to be in the world energy for this month, which means we've been going through a bit of struggles, and we've been feeling a little bit stuck with what's been going on. And the world should be putting us into this place of completion, but maybe there's just this element, this feeling of we don't actually know what to do next. We don't know where things are going to go. For the last 2 weeks, people have been feeling a little bit stuck. So if you feel like you're a little bit stagnant at the moment, this is what has been going on. Hopefully next week we can look forward to something a bit more energetic in moving forward and we won't feel so stuck. Aries, this week you have the Emperor. Now Aries, we have been dealing with the devil this month and it looks like we're coming to a close with a bit of structure, a bit of order and a bit of logical thinking to get us through and break free of those devilish tendencies. Now, when we do get the divine masculine of the Emperor coming through, he is reminding us to structure ourselves, to ground ourselves. We want to start putting things in order. We want to look at things logical. It's not about following the intuition so much. We really want to be trusting our mental body more with this one. So remember to make some plans and put in a lot of discipline in moving forward into the next month. Taurus, this week you have the Knight of Pentacles. Now Taurus, this month you are working with the Magician, and last week you did get the Ace of Pentacles, which meant that there was a lot of hard work, maybe monotonous and boring work that you needed to be doing. Now we do have the Knight of Pentacles, and with a very similar energy, he is reminding you to stay focused and understand that things are going to take some time, step by step. So with that Magician energy coming through, the manifestations that you might be working on, this is reminding you to keep working at what you're doing and understand that maybe there is still a bit more time before those manifestations come to fruition. Gemini, this week you have the Strength card. And just a reminder, Gemini, we did start off this month with the High Priestess. We had some strong feminine energy coming through with that, and we are ending this month with the Strength card again, some strong feminine energy. And again, last week, we also had the Queen of Pentacles. So we want to be recognizing that we should be in this element of flow. We should be in this element of compassion, forgiveness, and love. And we want to be finishing things off with the Strength card this week. We want to dig deep. We want to find that strength. If you haven't already found it, maybe you're already in that place. But understand that strength in leading by example and not actually trying to force the outcomes, but being open to receiving this kind of energy, this is going to serve you best to finish this month off. Cancer, this week you have the Two of Wands. Now Cancer, this month you kicked it off with the Judgment card and last week you had the Strength card. So it looks like you've had a pretty good ride so far. Even in between there, you did have the Six of Wands. So things have been working out pretty well for you. And now, once we're getting to the end of this Judgment energy, we now want to finish with that reflecting. We want to start looking forward to the future. We want to start dreaming big. This is the Daydreaming card, but this is to dream big. What do we want to do with our future? We don't yet have to actually put the wheels in motion when we do get the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is asking us to remove any limiting beliefs in where it is we want to go in the future and, look on that horizon and just ask ourselves, where do we want to go? Leo, this week you have the King of Pentacles. Now Leo, you did start off this month with the Wheel of Fortune, so fate and destiny has been a big theme this week and this month in fact. And last week you actually had the King of Cups and now you've got the King of Pentacles. So we've had a lot of grounded masculine energy coming into your readings this month, and we want to continue that grounded masculine energy, which is all about that planning and routine and looking at things more pragmatically. But now we've got that King of Pentacles, and it's important to understand and remember that he is the king of the castle. He understands what's going on in his home. So now might be a good time to actually he looks at his finances, for example, it might be good to have a look at that and plan things out, get everything in order. He's also the kind of person that has his garden in order, and maybe he's making repairs around the house. So maybe it's just some time to reflect on our home life and make sure we're nice and stable so that when we move into next month, we can hit it with the ground running. Hit the ground running. Virgo, today you have again, where'd that go? The Four of Wands. Virgo, this is 3 weeks in a row that you have gotten the Four of Wands now. I don't know what to say. I mean, it just looks like things have been very stable for you over this time. It's time for celebration. I mean, I really don't know what more to say. I've already said it 2 weeks in a row now. So, look, this is just a time to enjoy that stability that you have around you, enjoy your friends and your family, and just celebrate everything that you have. Is someone getting married? Libra, this week you have the Lovers. Libra, you kicked off this month with the Strength card, and last week you did have the Star card. So we had a lot of healing, we got a lot of inner strength coming through, and now we do have the Lovers card coming in. The Lovers card is asking you to really follow your heart. It's to maybe understand that all of the logical patterns and maybe some other things that have gone on in your life that you've previously thought, the Lovers is telling you to follow your heart and follow what is true. What are you truly passionate and what really drives you when it comes to your emotions? Now, there could also be some element of somebody else out there that we might want to be sharing our emotions with, but do understand that it is about following our heart. And if that means following our heart to another person, or following our heart on another career path or another life purpose, whatever that may be, trust in your heart this week. Scorpio, this week you've got the Two of Swords. What's up, Scorpio? This is the second week in a row that you've got the Two of Swords. So we've got some serious blockages going on, and we did start the month off with the Tower. So it seems like you started off with some rough energy, and it seems like coming towards the end of this month, it hasn't fully been resolved. Now, there's still obviously something that is blocking off. There is something that you are not seeing to be true. So I would really be taking this time to try and look around and recognize what is this. We want to start to open up, okay? If we're feeling like we're closed off, this is what's going on. Really take that time to ask yourself, what are you removing yourself from? Sagittarius, this week you've got the Knight of Swords. Sagittarius, this month was all about the moon, and last week we had the Ace of Cups, which was new emotions that were coming through. Now with the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords is encouraging you to go full speed into something, pick up that momentum, okay? A lot of enthusiasm, a lot of energy, and a lot of momentum. This is what the Knight of Swords is asking us to do, and if we're following that theme of the Ace of Cups, this is trusting about those new emotions that are coming through, is to go into that full speed, trust it, go full speed and head on. But there is that warning that does come with all of the knights. The Knight of Swords, he tends to miss out on a few bits of advice, and he tends to not necessarily look at the smaller details of things. So even though this week you are encouraged to pick up a lot of momentum, move quickly, be very focused on what you're doing, just do be careful to look at the finer details and trust in any bits of advice you might be getting from places elsewhere. Capricornicus, this week you have the Queen of Pentacles. Capricorn, you've had a pretty good month. You started off with the Sun card, and last week you did have the Queen of Wands. Now you've got the Queen of Pentacles, and her energy is a little bit slower than the Queen of Wands, but that loving feminine energy is just as strong all of the same. Now is a time to really be settled in the place where you are. This could be a card of kind of nesting and being in that place, being comfortable in your home. So this would be some kind of time to how would you maybe invite some friends around and have a dinner with them or something like that. Now is a time to just kind of be grounded, be still at home, but be very caring and be very open and sharing with your love and your compassion. Aquarius, this month you have the Five of Pentacles. Alright, so it looks like Aquarius, you are hitting a bit of a lull here. This is the card of poverty, but this could also be simply a scarcity mindset. You might not actually be as poor as you think you are, it's just that you just think you are. Now, do remember you are in the Empress energy right now with this month, and if you are starting to feel like a little bit lost and there is not enough abundance within your life, I would say to look at the Empress energy and look at that loving and that caring and that compassionate, that forgiveness energy that is around there. And I would say that this is probably what could potentially pull you out of this lull and this feeling of just lack. And if you are feeling a bit lack, don't despair, because we do have a new month coming up. But try and deal with these emotions, these feelings of scarcity at the moment. They might not be what you think they are. And Pisces, your card of the week is the Magician. Pisces, this month you started off with the Chariot, and you've had some kings and you've had some emperors in there. You've been going with some strong masculine energy this month. So now that we've been working with a lot of this logical energy, we've been working with a lot of pragmatic, and we should have been planning things out. We should have been very disciplined with what we were doing. We're now coming into the space of the Magician. And the Magician is to say that we're reaching our full potential for manifestation. So hopefully all of those structures and all of that discipline and all of these things that you've put in place over this month is now starting to put you into a new place of full manifestation. Now we're going to be going into a new month with the next, a new cycle next month with the readings. So I would really focus on very strong with those manifestations. Put your intention in the right place, because when the Magician does turn up, this is big stuff. We don't want to be squandering this energy. And that is the Tarotcast for this week and for this month. Next month, we will be moving on to, what month is it? October, November. And guys, if you haven't already, leave a comment if you're vibing with it. I mean, I want to hear from some Virgos, like what the hell is going on? Leave a like, guys. Share this with your friends, and I will see you next week and next month. Big love. Ciao.